talk about Grammys. That's also another rife topic on social media, and in fact, all across the country. And it's cross borders because our Nigerian, counterparts won a Grammy this year. It doesn't mean that Ghanaians have not won it before, because Fuse ODG has won a Grammy for songwriting, I believe, for Ed Sheeran's album, with Kill Beats as well. And even prior to that, we also saw Rocky Dawuni also get nominated for a Grammy. But all of a sudden, it seems as if because Burna Boy won a Grammy and Wizkid as well, then it means that the Ghanaians have not done much. And we all saw the back and forth on social media, the debate on it. Where do you stand?
Where I stand is, we as a people, we worry about the wrong things. What we should worry about is making sure that every young boy who is a creative is making money and is not hungry. And in COVID time is not stranded. When every artist is okay, when artists get their royalties, when artists get money for their intellectual property, then you can worry about awards. Because you can win a Grammy and it won't impact the entire industry. It will impact one person and everybody will still be hungry. So our focus is to first take care of the industry for it to be okay. Because I know people who have won big awards and today they are broke. That is not, and aside that, it is money that positions you for a Grammy.
It is money that positions you for a Grammy. Explain. I thought it was more of your work. And if
it's your work. When you have your work, you need to shoot a video. You need to shoot the same video with the people in the competitive space. Some of these videos cost $40,000. You need to fly and meet a P. Diddy to have a meeting. You need to be able to pay your team. So it is money that gets you to the world stage. Now you want to get to that world stage without the money. So let us get the money. Let's make sure that every young person who performs gets paid what they are due. Because the Burna Boy and the Wizkid they are talking about, they get paid more than the artists when they come to Ghana to perform. And it's that money they use to put themselves out there. So if you are paying the Ghanaian less and paying Burna Boy more, and he has the upper hands to win a Grammy, I mean, you should cut the people some slack. And I'm not trying to say that he didn't work hard. I'm not trying to say that they didn't do good music. I'm trying to say that let's be realistic and know the elements. And aside that, the labels behind these boys are no mean labels. Atlantic Record, which Burna Boy is on, is a sister company for Warner Music. And this is the third biggest record label in the world. And you can imagine the engines that work for you to be able to get these things. And so, yes, we complain it is for a day, but the reality is that for us to get there, we need money to pay the right plugs, we need money to pay the right people, and then Ghana, because we have the sound. Music has never been
It's never been a problem.
No, quality music.
Are we churning out wrong songs?
Not at all. Ghana is not creating any sound that is so bad it cannot take a Grammy. No. Because if it is that bad, why did the production of Kill Beats get there? Why did Rocky Dawuni's production get there? So
because it's more international maybe. And I'm saying it's more international in the sense that Rocky Dawuni is known more, globally. And for Kill Beats as well, everybody would say that it's because it's Ed Sheeran.
Awesome.
And that's
so
how
once again, for you to be known globally, you need money. You need money to fly out of this town, to have all the meetings with the record labels in the world.
Did Kill Beats need money to win? What I'm saying is he worked with Ed Sheeran.
He worked with Ed Sheeran because Fuse in the middle was well positioned with proper funding. There's always funding in the equation, and there's always the right people. So Kill Beats got through the door through Ed Sheeran. Now, if I want to feature Ed Sheeran and I'm in Ghana, he doesn't know me. The only thing that could get him to feature me is if I throw him a bag. If I can't throw him a bag, I should be on the world stage where he also sees the benefit of tapping into my numbers. And for me to get the numbers, I have to use money to build my image up.
What can we do to fix the system? Because like you're saying, we're not getting the monies. The musicians are not getting the monies that are due them. Musica, Gamro, every musician complains, or at least most musicians complain that the system is broken.
I won't sit here and act like I have the solution to fixing the system. But what I can say is that every artist should close their mind to all the noises that they're hearing and keep following their dreams and pushing. Because what people are saying right now that a Ghanaian will not win a Grammy is what people said 10 years ago that you can break through with a language. Once it happens, those same people will convert. So you don't spend time on doubting Thomases, you keep pushing.
Was it wrong to congratulate Burna Boy and, Wizkid on social media? And of course, I know the direction, I'm sure you know the direction I'm headed. And I'm bringing in the issue of Stonebwoy and Samini and the whole brouhaha on social media.
When it comes to Stone and Samini, I don't think that anybody can speak to what it is. I'm an artist for so long. When somebody puts in a tweet, I know it's deeper than that. And because it's deeper than that, I don't use just the tweet.
Yeah.
And so I'll leave them to it. Sometimes when an artist tweets, it's not because of what just happened.
Yeah.
It's because of series of events. It's because of precedents. And so I'll leave the father and son to, they are two adults, they should figure whatever they're doing out.
Do you feel appreciated in the industry?
Appreciated as an artist.
Do you feel appreciated for your works?
Yes and no. Yes, because I know that people respect the craft and respect what I do. No, because I also know that the demography and the mindset doesn't allow my craft to flourish like it would have been. Yeah.
So when you say demography, I mean, I want you to expatiate a lot more on it. So is it about, the fact that where you find yourself, there are people who don't appreciate it? Are you saying that in relation to someone like maybe a Wiyala who also feels as if because of the kind of music she does not get the support as much down here?
Okay, so it is not a feeling, it's the truth. And it's the truth because I can back it with facts. Now, I'll cite an example. There is no way I would want to say that a Nigerian rapper is better than Manifest. I would defend Manifest over a Nigerian rapper. Now, we find ourselves in a space where everybody loves you because of what you do until it's time for them to love you as a number one. Now, I'm saying something that you have to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Everybody loves you for what you do until it's time for them to love you as number one. Because if it's time for them to love you as number one, they have an allegiance and a leaning towards a certain group.
Yeah.
And so I could go in deeper about how when I released my debut album, it took me 5 years for me to get my first global event because of certain setup and structures and people having certain leanings of who should come first. But you always have to understand that that is the space and it shouldn't throw you off. You should keep.
But it won't be easy. I mean, I understand what you're saying because we've been programmed to think, and a lot of young people have been programmed to think that if you're not part of the top S4, then you're really not number one, like you're saying. And so for you, maybe you're strong enough to break through that. But what about that young artist coming up who will constantly be compared to these top artists? And so if they're not, and of course they'll be compared so much that they'll feel as if they're not doing enough to be compared to these people.
All right, so the first thing that you should understand is that your talent is God's gift. And once your talent is God's gift, no man can tell you where it should be positioned. So the awards and the schemes and people and opinion is just people being human beings. And so you have to continue just to exploit that gift of God and use it to impact people and continue to push. You have to really keep that at the back of your head because there are award schemes that made people feel bad.
Yeah.
And today they've gone bankrupt. So what is the value that they placed on you if they themselves are out of business? And one of them is the Channel O Awards. It's out of business.
Yeah.
So if you think that the Channel O Award validates you, what value has it placed on you now that they are out of business? That is not to say when you are honored by human beings, you don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
You should appreciate it, but keep it in your mind. This is God gifts. Nobody can set the standard for you. You keep pushing.